AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal.
Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. Just before we get into the transfers, we now know who we are going to be playing in the next round of the FA Cup. Wigan Athletic at home. A very good draw for Arsenal when you consider the amount of games we've got with Champions League and Premier League and every game now. From now till the end of the season is a really, really important game. I think drawing a team like Wigan, a League One team at home in the FA Cup is perfect for Arsenal because what it allows us to do is to, play a similar team to what we played against Portsmouth. Wigan actually lower down the divisions than Portsmouth. So really gives an opportunity again for players that maybe don't play every week to play and try and shine. And it gives us opportunity to rest a lot of players. So that is absolutely perfect draw for me for Arsenal at home. It's worked out well. Of course, tomorrow is the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Massive game. I'm expecting Arsenal to go with a really strong team. But the games are coming thick and fast. And the squad is being tested. And do we need to improve on that squad right now just to try and see the deals home? That is the question for Andrea Berta, for Mikel Arteta this January transfer window. As I've been saying all window, we're not in the usual chaotic rush. We're not in the situation what we were in last season where we had loads of players injured and we needed to go into the transfer market and we didn't and paid the price. We're in a good position, but do we need to add one or two more? Mark Guehi has been a player that's been spoken about right throughout the January transfer window. Surprisingly for Arsenal, because when you look at the strength in depth that we've got at the back that has been so tested over the start of the season till now, but we got a lot of strength in depth there. But Arsenal are seriously looking at Mark Guehi from Crystal Palace to sign the centre-back. Now, he's got options, as I've been discussing many times on the show. Manchester City would like to sign him right now in the January transfer window. They've got a bit of an injury crisis at the back. Liverpool are interested in signing him as well. They also a bit short at the back as well. And Arsenal are interested in signing him as well. Reports today that Arsenal are the front runners. Front runners, they're saying. Now, how they know, I don't know, but they're saying they're the front runners according to quite a few reports today. We know that Arsenal would more like to move for him in the summer. He's available for free. We know that the player himself is more favoured to move, would rather move in the summer. But his club would like to move him on right now. Manchester City would like to take him right now. This is going to be really interesting. If Manchester City do make a move for him before the end of the January transfer window, do Arsenal then come in, and Liverpool, both come in with offers as well? Palace will be hoping for that because that drives up the price. But it's going to be really interesting. Does he stand firm until the summer? Does he decide, I'll go now, and then does that trigger Arsenal coming in? But said to be the front runners in getting his sign-in, but I still think that's more a summer signing than right now in January. Now, this next one, don't shoot the messenger, yeah? Right? Curtis was coming, right? Big up Curtis and check out Forever Arsenal from yesterday's show. Curtis was coming to shoot the messenger yesterday with his jokes, killing me about that rumour about Vinicius Jr. The rumours come out, I speak about them. If you thought the one yesterday was crazy, this one's even crazier. Comes from an outlet. There's an outlet in Spain called Defensa Central. They do a lot on transfers. They're claiming today, Curtis steady, right? They're claiming today that Arsenal and, they're saying Real Madrid possibly interested in some sort of swap deal between Vinicius Jr. and Gabriel Martinelli. Now, as I said, don't shoot the messenger. It seems crazy to me. But this is what they're saying. They're saying that Real Madrid would be open to some sort of swap deal They're saying that Arsenal value Martinelli at around about £87 million. We know that Vinicius Jr. is valued at around about 130 million, and a swap deal would be possible. Certainly, things have been a bit weird with Vinicius Jr. at Real Madrid, but a lot of that has come because he didn't really seem to get on with Xavi Alonso. Alonso, we know, left, or should I say, got sacked by Real Madrid yesterday. That was always inevitable after they lost that Super Cup final against Barcelona. And for me now that Alonso's gone, you wouldn't see Vinicius Jr. even contemplating leaving right now, because a lot of his clashes were with the manager Alonso. So I wouldn't be expecting him even to leave in the summer. But Defence Central is talking today about a possible swap deal, Vinicius Jr. and Martinelli. If I'm giving that a rating out of 10, I'm probably putting that at about a 1. I just cannot see that happening at all. But it's a rumour that's out there today. You'll see it. This one, Ayoub Bouaddi, is a player that Arsenal been linked with throughout this transfer window. Very talented midfielder, plays for Lille. Reports are that Arsenal are trying to accelerate their interest in the player. Possible to get this done this January. They've already made contact earlier on in the transfer window, but they face a real battle for this kid. He's a real talent. PSG interested, Chelsea interested, Real Madrid interested as well. But reports today that Arsenal accelerating possible move for Bouaddi. Also, this player, Bakola, I've also spoken about him in the transfer window as well. He plays for Marseille over there in France. Now, L'Equipe, they're reporting that he could leave the club this month, that he wants to leave. He wants an exit from Marseille. Limited game time for him there. There's also talk that he was a bit unhappy that Marseille blocked his chance to play in the under-20s World Cup for France. He's seen as a real top prospect over there in French football, and Marseille want to keep hold of him, but he's not yet signed a contract extension, and L'Equipe are reporting that he's not going to sign it, and he wants to get a move away from the club, which of course has alerted the interests of Arsenal. They are really interested in him. 18-year-old midfielder, again, a top talent. So one to keep an eye on before the end of the January transfer window, because we know Arsenal on the lookout for top talent. They did it in the last transfer window when they bought in Mosquera. Could Bakola be another one to watch? And Per Mertesacker is leaving Arsenal. Per Mertesacker, the academy manager, has been there for a number of years, has done a great job. Look at some of the players that have come out of the academy in recent times. Saka, Ethan Wanyeri, Mars Lewis Skelly, Max Dowman, Marley Salmon, who came on the other day at 16. The academy has been really doing well now. He's leaving because he wants to take on some new challenges. It was confirmed by the club yesterday. He's going to be in post until the end of the season. Maybe Per Mertesacker looking to go into full management, but he's certainly done an excellent job at the Arsenal Academy. But Per Mertesacker leaving at the end of the month. Let me get into a couple of your comments. Some brilliant comments have been coming in from you guys, and really insightful ones as well. This one I really like this one yesterday from yesterday's chat. Blabala 38, he says, as a Brazilian and a Corinthians fan myself, I have to say that Beden, that's Beden who we spoke about yesterday, or Biden, is an amazing young talent. He's seen as a crown jewel of the Terraro. This is the name for the Corinthians Academy. His play style is similar to Declan Rice. He's very young, but has already stepped up in multiple occasions, such as derbies and the Brazilian Cup final. He can play multiple roles in the midfield. He would probably need some settling in to a more physical game, but I have no doubt that his work rate and skills would pay off immensely, and he would be a proper backup to Declan Rice. That is high praise indeed. And I love comments like that because, you know, we're talking about these players. We haven't seen them play. We've read up a bit on them, but this is a guy who's seen the Bruno Beden play and says he's a top talent So, and certainly he's giving him a strong recommendation. Scout there, right? And this one from Dave Fowler, 3244. He says, I think it will be Ben White out, Guehi in, Mosquera to pay right back more, ideally in the summer, but maybe in January. That was discussing yesterday, Ben White being linked with a move to Everton. I don't think that's going to happen at all this January transfer window. But in the summer, will Arsenal keep hold of Ben White? 28 now. Does Ben White want to play second fiddle to, say, a Timber? That's going to be an interesting one for the summer. But for right now, I think he's a very important player for Arsenal, and he's certainly not going to be going anywhere in my books. So those are the transfer rumours for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, we're here absolutely every day of the January transfer window, right up until the closure. You will not miss a thing. Also, breaking news on anything that's happening here on AFTV. So make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.